Okay, so in last lecture, what we have discussed? We have discussed about the theory behind the pass transistor logic, right? So, as you are aware of the TTL logic, transistor logic. But what is drawback of that transistor logic? The number of components or number of gates or transistor required to design a particular integrated circuit is large in case of transistor logic, right? If you replace or if you design the same integrated circuit with the help of pass transistor logic family, that means either a CMOS or NMOS, then the number of MOSFETs or number of transistors that you will require as compared to the TTL logic will be less. And this is the advantage of this PTL family, that is pass transistor logic family. But again, this pass transistor logic family also have one major disadvantage. What is that? The pass transistor logic, if you use either CMOS or NMOS, it is not able to transfer the both inputs as it is to the output. There will be always one level you will get as a degraded level. That means in case of NMOS, you will get strong 0 but weak 1. That means that weak 1 means what? The logic 1 is unable to transfer at the output side as it is. There will be some degradation in that logic. This is first thing. And in case of PMOS, if you talk about the PMOS, then the PMOS is able to transfer strong 1 but weak 0. That means in case of PMOS, the logic 0, it is unable to transmit at the output side. You will get degraded logic 0. You will get degraded logic 0. And this is what, and this is why, what is the solution, or what is how to rectify this problem? So basically, this problem we have rectified, right, using the combination of the PMOS and NMOS together. That means if you form the parallel pair of the PMOS at the top side and the NMOS at the bottom side, then you will get both the level as it is. That means as per the expectation and as per the input. Why? Because PMOS is capable of transferring strong 1, NMOS is capable of transferring strong 0. That means what? The drawback of NMOS and PMOS is compensated by itself only. Then that means whenever there is strong 1, the PMOS will take care of it and it will produce the strong 1. Your problem will sort out. Whenever there is logic 0 at the input, then NMOS will take care of that logic 0 and it will produce the strong logic 0 at the output side. In that case, PMOS will be open switch, right? In that case, PMOS will open switch. And to have this combination or to have this parallel pair, what you supposed to do is you have to keep the channel widths of the PMOS and NMOS as it is, or same, you can say. You have to keep the channel width of the PMOS and NMOS same or equal. Then and then only this pass transistor logic, or this combination of the PMOS and NMOS is known as transmission gate. Then and only you will get both logic as a strong value. Both logic as a strong value. And this combination of, or this parallel pair of the PMOS at the top side and NMOS at the bottom side is known as transmission gate. Is known as transmission gate, right? And now if you use this transmission gate to design different integrated circuit or different digital logic, then there will be a no question of the degradation of the signal at the output side, right? Now this degradation problem will get rectified. Now next part that we have discussed is about the pass transistor circuit. Now, what are the different types of pass transistor logic family that you have? So you have a complementary pass transistor logic family. This is the first type. Second, dual pass transistor logic family. And third, it's a swing restored pass transistor logic family. So these three are the basic types of the PTL, that is pass transistor logic family. Complementary pass transistor logic family, dual PTL family. PTL stands for pass transistor logic. Complementary PTL, dual PTL, and swing restored PTL. These are the three types of the pass transistor logic family, right? Now, next is about transmission gate. Okay, now we have studied what do you mean by transmission gate, and why it is required, or what is the advantage of this transmission gate. Now, this is what the symbol of transmission gate, right? If you make the parallel pair of the PMOS at the top side and NMOS at the bottom side, you will get, or that combination parallel pair of the PMOS and NMOS is called as transmission gate. Now, this transmission gate, it is able to deliver, or it is able to pass both logic values very strongly. That means it is capable of reproducing the strong 1 as it is at the output, as well as strong 0 as it is at the output side. That means it can produce the strong 1 as well as strong 0 also, right? Now, next thing is, the transmission gate is a fundamental and very basic component of the MOS logic, right? That means whenever you want to, or you are going to design some digital circuits, for example, that may be a multiplexer, that may be some logic structure, that may be a latch, that may be a shift registers, right, etc., then this is the fundamental component of that particular design, and that is the transmission gate. Now, you can able to see this is what the symbol of the transmission gate, right? So at the top side you have this NMOS, PMOS, and at the bottom side you have the NMOS, right? So, but obvious, as PMOS is a kind of what we can say inverter, you have to give here the negative supply, and at the bottom side NMOS you have to give the positive supply. This will be the input, right? Here we are applying the input, and we are taking the output, right? That means what, now in this case, at the drain or drain and source terminal, we are actually applying the input and we are taking the output, right? And gate we are actually using for the bias terminal. Gate we are using for the bias terminal. Now we will talk about the multiplexer design. Okay, so this is what the pass transistor, this is the second pass transistor, and you have taken the output from the combination of the output of the both part transistor, and at pass transistor 1 you can apply the input 1, at input of the pass transistor 2 you can apply your second input. Now, next thing, if you talk about, say, 2:1 multiplexer, that means you have a 2 input and you want to produce the single output at a time, or single pass transistor it will select at a time. Now, what are different combinations for 2:1 mux? So you have a don't care 0, then you have a don't care 1, then you have a 0 don't care and 1 don't care. This is what the respected inputs. Now, based on the, what we can say, the select or the supply that you choose, it will produce the output. That means, now for example, if you produce, or at the A you will not give any input, or if you apply, then also it doesn't matter, because this transistor will act as a open switch in that case. That means you give the input or you will not give the input, this transistor will be open switch, right? So if you give the input as a say 0 0, Instead of this don't care, we will take it as a 0 0. Okay, and for this S you will apply 0, and for this S bar you will apply 1, right? For S you will apply 0, and for S bar you will apply 1. Now as for the S you will apply 0, then what will happen? For the S you have apply 0, then what will happen? This NMOS will be act as a close switch, right? This will act as a close switch, but this particular thing, that is the S bar, and it is 1. After inverting it will go to the 0. That means now this is the open switch. This is the open switch. Now what will happen in case of this B pass transistor? So for here it is 0, so it will be 1. That means now this transistor will be open switch, sorry, close switch. That means it is conducting. And for this transistor it is 1, it is 0, this is the close switch, sorry, open switch. And that means what? The bottom MOSFET of the A and the top MOSFET of the B will be in a conduction mode, and that's why whatever the output at B, that you will get at the inputs, sorry, whatever the input at a B pass transistor, that will get transmitted at the output side, right? That will get transmitted at the output side. Similarly, check for next combination. Okay, now again this X is don't care itself, and if you apply 1, right, if you apply 1, now who is capable of transmitting the output 1? Who is capable of transmitting a strong logic 1? Of course a PMOS, right? Who will capable of transmitting logic, strong logic 1? PMOS. Then again check for the combinations of this S. What you apply at S, then what you get, what you will apply at this S bar, right? And accordingly you can get the outputs. That means what? For two different combinations, or for two different this pass transistors, you have a two combinations. That means either A can be a 0 or 1, or B can be a 0 or 1, and depending upon this S and S bar you will get the appropriate output. Depending upon this you will get the appropriate output. This is about the multiplexer. Now same thing you can apply in case of this XOR gate. Okay, the same thing you can apply in the case of XOR gate. So you have a B, then A bar B. So whatever the final output equation you will get is A B bar plus A bar B. This is the output equation for the XOR gate. Now depending upon this A, B, B and B bar, you will get, or the particular either PMOS or NMOS in that pass gate will be into conduction mode, and it will reproduce the required output, right? It will reproduce a required output. So in this case, this B is the input, this B in the input, and this A and A bar is for the biasing purpose, right? It is for the biasing purpose. B and B bar is the main input to this particular transmission gate. So this is about the XOR gate. Now next is, again there are you can go for such a similar examples of the latch, then you can go for similar example of the AND gate, then you can go for similar example or the simple design using pass transmission gate related to any logical gate, any logical what we can say flip-flop, right? You can actually reproduce the design of that flip-flop using transmission gate only, right? So you have to choose appropriate inputs, output, and you have to decide where to give the what we can say the final biasing, and then you can get the required output. Okay, so this is what about the transmission gate. Then this is the end of unit number 4, that is the MOS transistor theory. So if you have any query or doubt, you can ask me right now. Probably in next lecture, we will start with the next unit, that is unit number 5th, CMOS logic. Okay. So if you have any query related to this unit, you can ask me right now.